Hey everybody, this is Adam Bowman with Adam Bowman Breaks, and it's time to talk about more Bowman Chrome. 2023 Bowman Chrome. Why not? Third video in a row. Aren't you guys getting tired of it yet? This is going to be the tier listing. Usually I drop these on the Facebook page, but I'll do that as well as produce this video and kind of talk through my thoughts on these prospects. Without any further ado, let's go. All right, of course, for Bowman Chrome, we're going to go through the tier listings, current stats as of this recording for those guys. Just some information. This is kind of where I got most of my information from. This is where I normally do. There are some other ones that I've used in the past, but these Just Baseball card lines, I really like their tier list. They give some information. And then I use the Prospect Hot List. That is Striker's Buddies site that really gives you up-to-date stats on everybody. So I use that as well to pull the stats. And I had to use MILB.com as well because he didn't have some of the guys, which was interesting. All right. So what do these tier lists look like? Here you go. Tier 1, Tier 1.5, Tier 2, Tier 2.5, 3, and 3.5. And I'll explain why there's halves in there too, but this is some of the information I look at and I want to give you. So the tier listings are based on the tier listings of these websites. And then I throw in the information on top of that. So this is what they're rating them as of release, as of a little past release, but how have they done? As you can see for Tier 1 and Tier 1.5, everybody's young. Delgado is the oldest at 19 years old. Everybody else is 17 and 18. And as you can see by the names, this is very international driven. There's not going to be a lot of non-international players that are the focus of this. You can see also for the Tier 1, Delgado, Guanipa, Salas, and Celestine all have both normal Chrome cards, their firsts, and autos. But when you look at Luis Lara and Basilo only has an auto. Hasn't been in any other products, but the guy is raking. An 18-year-old catcher. He's not going to play catcher in the majors for the Orioles, but almost a 1 OPS, 20 home runs, 86 RBIs, and 400 at-bats plus. Only an auto. Luis Lara, on the other hand, he has an auto, but he was in Bowman. So if you're wanting to get his Bowman first card, non-auto, you're going to need to go back to 2023 Bowman. If you see that asterisk, that's why it's there. So it's interesting. So then Yohendry Vargas, he was a big-time prospect. A lot of people were hooting and hollering about him. But one of the guys only had him rated as a third tier. And the other one rated him as Tier 1. I'm not going to put him at a 2. I think he's more of a 1.5. It's interesting that the 1 put him down so low. If you look, he's almost batting 1 OPS in almost 200 at-bats, 9 home runs, 21 stolen bases. So multiply that out. Usually 600 at-bats in a full year, 27 home runs, almost 300 or almost 100 RBI, tons of runs scored, and 60 stolen bases. That would be good. Reina Arias, same thing there, 1.3 in limited at-bats, only 60 at-bats. But big-time prospect there, rated as a 1 in one of the lists, 3 in the other. But you can see Delgado, Lara, Basilo, Guanipa, Salas, Celestine. These are your big chases. These are the guys, if you pull an auto of, you hit a huge payday. If you hit a superfractor of these guys that have normal cards, the Chrome cards, you're going to have a pretty good payday. Talking in the $15 to $25 to $75,000 range. For Salas. Celestine has been claimed though. Ooh. All right, Tier 1 and 2.5, or 2 and 2.5. So this is where you're going to see a lot older guys that have really produced. So you have some 23-year-olds here that are probably going to make it to the majors, I would assume, pretty quickly. Joey Ortiz, maybe not, but he is a shortstop, scores a ton of runs. He's going to be over a 100-run producer, 20 stolen bases, maybe 20 home runs. Nice kind of all-around guy, playing shortstop. Walcott is another big guy. Unproven to this point, only 200 bats. Vargas, same way, about 200 at bats, but basically the same stats, give or take a little power. But if you look at the 23-year-olds, you're going to see a lot of that power. 23 plus home runs around for all those guys, with exception of De Los Santos. He is younger and hitting like those guys. OPS a little lower, so he's not walking as much as the other guys, nor is he got the speed. Him and Malloy are about the same. But you can see there, those last four guys, which I recognize their names, they all have autos in this, but they're not going to have any Chrome prospect non-autos. That is back in 2023. Walcott only has Chrome cards, no autos. Vargas, just autos. So kind of interesting there. And then Maia and Guerrero, they're at the bottom. Those are your kind of in-betweeners. Some of them had them as 2, some of them had them as 3 tiers, so we put them in the middle. As you can see, limited at-bats. I think that's probably why they're ranked the way they are. People just don't know, and I understand that. Next up, 3 and 3.5. 3.5 is all pitchers. So any pitcher that could have made the list, there are usually 3s on some lists, maybe 4s on others, and that's why I put them down 3.5. There's nothing huge on the pitcher market here. You do have Pirates and Yankees. The Pirate guy, young, ain't done nothing yet. Only started 4 games so far. If you look at the others, I'm not going to go in deep with those, but you can see mostly younger guys. Again, De La Cruz is not young, 23, but he's really produced and he has everything in this, or excuse me, he only has autos in this set. So let this help you the way it will. This is the end. We do have a set review if you want to go check that out. I have linked that as one of the videos here that you can go to, as well as the whole fiasco with the one-of-ones, and that's been linked too, so you can go to either or. Thank you guys so much, and as always, like, subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate anything you can give us. We do run baseball breaks. We'll be doing several boxes of Bowman Chrome in the future. So check us out on the Whatnot app. Link to that is in the description as always. And be kind, be nice to those around you, and peace out.